Now we're going to start a new chapter in this film. This is the first midwinter ascent of Mount Lyell. Mount Lyell is the highest mountain in Yosemite National Park, elevation 13,090. It is a headwaters also of the Tuolumne River and the Merced River and the southeast corner of the park. The trip started by going up the Mist Trail from Happy Isles. The water in the background is the lower part of Vernal Fall, and this is the Merced River, of course. Just a short distance before you get to Vernal Fall, the trail hugs the cliff like this. The trail is somewhat steep and also rather narrow, and of course in the winter it's quite icy and slippery. Now, having passed Vernal Fall, we're heading toward Nevada Fall. After passing Nevada Fall, it's a little walk up the canyon of the Merced River to the Merced Lake Ranger Station. We had permission to use the ranger station for one night, and this is the next morning getting ready to go on up the canyon, going east. There to the south you see Mount Clark, the highest point in the Clark Range. There in the background on the left you see Vogelsang Peak. Elevation of Vogelsang is a little over 11,500. Well, then comes the second night, and we had to camp right out in the snow. The first thing to do was to pack the snow to get a hard enough place to put our sleeping bags down, and then to scrape it smooth. And of course the next thing was to put our tents up. Well, it was a good thing we did have tents because it was a very windy and cold night. We were probably at an elevation of about 11,000 feet here. The next morning we had to pack up some things, but not take everything with us, and start up for the assault on the main peak itself. Of course, at this higher elevation, there are places where the snow has been blown off the rocks and you can't ski. All you can do is take off your skis and carry them and walk up on your own feet. This is climbing around the north side of McClure, Mount McClure. And there, at the top of the picture, if you could see it, is Mount Lyell. Well, as you saw before, we finally got up high enough that most of the snow was blown off the rocks or blown very thin. And so we had to take our skis off and stash them away and go the rest of the way on foot. Looking to the west, you see Mount Florence, and on the right side of the picture, the east edge of Mount McClure. We're now getting pretty close to the top of Mount Lyell. There's Mount Florence over there again on the right. Elevation is 12,507 at Mount Florence, and you see we're above that. Now at the top of the mountain, here's Buster Robinson melting some snow to give us drinking water. There's the cairn marking the top of Mount Lyell. Einar Nilsson looking down to the south. Lewis Clark mixing snow and chocolate to give us a drink. Looking off to the southeast, you see Banner Peak and Mount Ritter. Ritter is 13,156. Looking to the southwest, you're looking along the length of the Clark Range, and this, of course, is a series of views from the top of Mount Lyell. There's the Lyell Fork of the Tuolumne River, the very headwaters of the Tuolumne River. A view to the north. And there in the distance is Mount Conness, named for Senator Conness, who took the first governmental action to make a national park out of this area. Kind of a struggle to get up with a pack on your back. There's Mount Clark at the top of the picture, named for Galen Clark, the first caretaker of Yosemite, when it was a state park before it was a national park. Then there was a long trek down through the forest, again in the watershed of the Tuolumne River, but not on a trail. Then there was a nice walk getting down toward lower Little Yosemite Valley. And then it was necessary to cross Merced Lake. The stream here is the Merced River. And this is Merced Lake. There's Vogelsang Peak again, up in the distance, 11,511.